Hello everybody, welcome back. clipsvh here as always, and we're still in East Origin, and we're still playing as Hugo. When we left off, we beat the little mid-boss that was here, and we were fighting him right in this very spot, actually. Now, there was a way blocking our path during the boss fight, but we can't go there yet because... Anyhow, we also had a flashback from Hugo. Now, if we were playing as Unica, she'd have her own flashback about how one time she was little and she snuck into the goddess's chamber in Solomon's Shrine, and that's how she got to know them, and how she became like a little sister to them, and how they became like big sisters to her. And it's actually kind of touching. Anyhow, we can't leave here, so we're going to call on the Lilia Shell, and we're going to get some help, because Hugo doesn't know how to go past that door, and he doesn't want to shoot all his power at it again, or else he'll knock him flat on his ass again. That was kind of funny. Well, that's the understatement of the century, Hugo. Yeah, it's like he's grown a brain or something. It's like he's trying to be a team player with this team of people he's come down with. Alright, so that evil ring we found before, we could show it to Kadena here. And she's going to look at it, she's going to say, "This ring looks evil, but it's got no power." So now we have our heading. So, according to everybody, or, well, just the one girl, there's some demons further back in the tower that look like the door, and as you can probably guess by now, they're probably the glowy red guys that we're going to have to beat in order to meet some kind of requirement to move on. Now, these guys are probably going to be the worst thing we're going to have to deal with. They really are a pain to handle. Problem is, they're probably one of the strongest monsters you're going to come across. Well, they're the ones that give me the most trouble anyway, no matter who I'm playing as. First I want to kill these guys, just get them out of the way. And there they are. They're basically bigger versions of the first undead things we find, and instead of attacking once with their little spin kick, they attack twice. We don't do a whole lot of damage to them. And that's just great. And we want to take them, you know, slowly, one at a time, because otherwise, they could just swarm us, kill us. It's not very good. So I'm going to try and save you the trouble. And, just do this. So those things are actually way, way easier to deal with Unica, because while she does very little damage to them as well, the thing is, she can actually fight them. Hugo can't do as good a job at that. And it sucks, because Hugo is worse at dealing with them than Unica. So it took quite a bit. It didn't take as long a time as I might have been expecting. Maybe about, I spared you like about 4 or 5 minutes. So, you know, you could thank me for that later. I'm gonna happily save over this, though, because that is one of the things I will absolutely hate to have to do once again. Anyhow, moving on. So now we have a fully powered evil ring. The problem with the fully powered evil ring, though, is that the second we put it on, we're just gonna fucking die. And as funny as it would be to demonstrate that, I don't feel like it's actually necessary. I promise you, take my word for it, you'll fucking die. So here's what we gotta do. Remember earlier in the game when Rico gave us an item that prevents us from being affected by curses? Well, if we wear that and use the ring at the same time, it'll keep us alive. And we'll be able to open the door. See, it's kind of clever how it's like kind of like a puzzle like that. Hugo, are you actually taking responsibility? Oh, no, well, kind of like a backhanded taking of responsibility there. That was a long bit of backstory. In this chest, we'll find a key that we need to continue. So off we go to continue and to keep going and to complete the game and defeat the villains, except get some more dialogue. I wonder what's going to happen now. Damn it, Hugo! You were just talking about this before, like you were just telling this story to... There, Hugo, you made the girl cry. Are you fucking proud of yourself? What the fuck is wrong with you? Well, there's nothing more to do here except let Hugo reflect on his bad behavior, like a dog when you rub its nose in its mess when it goes in your house. So, we're just going to move on, instead of doing all that, because that sounds kind of gross. So these past couple of bits have been pretty dialogue heavy, but there's a little bit going on story-wise, so, you know, can't really fault the game for that. So we're going to save, and luckily we don't have to deal with those big bosses, big mini-boss undead creatures anymore. They're really annoying to deal with. You know what? Just for old time's sake, you're going down and you're going down, and I don't have the silver chimes equipped anymore, so these guys are just gonna come right back up. Its power's been drained again, so we don't have to worry about, you know, accidentally wearing it anymore. Here's where we're going to use the amber key. So we got some new monsters and some new things to fight. This guy's going to shoot his lasers, and we can avoid the lasers, you know, if you like. You don't have to avoid the lasers if you're a fan of dying. I'm going to kill some of these dragon guys. But also because there's a lot of them around here. It's not something I want in my life. I don't need a lot of these dragon guys trying to kill me. Cool thing is we can just kind of hit stun them up here with the fiery eyes effect. I like that I can do that because it makes life a lot easier. Now there's a few ways we can go here. Quite a few, actually. And I'm gonna go up straight this way first. Now we can go straight through this door. But there's really nothing for us here. We can't get up to that. We can't get up to that chest. But there is a way we can get up to it. And it's rather simple, actually. We're just gonna climb this little spot. Now there's two doors here. Well, there's one door. And we got these guys over there, and we can't really do anything about them. And there's this platform here, and this room is kind of useless. However, we can go to this side and blow up this wall. And when we kill these red glowy guys, something will happen. You know something good happens whenever we kill the red glowy guys. You should know this by now. We've been playing this for like, what, like 3 hours. So that platform that we thought was useless went down. So we're gonna jump down. Now we got these kind of bug things, and they're annoying because they can kind of latch onto us. That's not really fun. The idea is that they're kind of like mosquitoes, and they can heal themselves by doing that little thing where they buzz. I'm not 100% how it works, really, because they can latch onto us, and we have to use our wind element to get them off, and they can just kind of do it too. It's really odd. Anyway, we got a chest to open, and it gives us a creeper medallion. So if you remember what the medallions are, they're the boss keys. And I can understand if you forgot what they were, because, well, we did just kind of go through like 3 years worth of dialogue. Whoa, I'm going to die. Maybe not now that I've picked up like a healing item, but it's pretty close to happening. So let's try to take this next bit slow and try not to rush and die, because that would be a bad thing. Let's see what's in this pot. Maybe it'll be something that'll help us, like a healing item. Yeah, that worked out well. Until I ran into those spikes and kind of ruined every ounce of hope for not dying that I might have had. There's another way we can go this way too, so I'm going to go this way. Mostly because there is a chest at the end of the tunnel here. And in it we have the Elder Robe to go with the Elder Boots that the Rue gave us, and now we have the complete set. So we have a decent amount more defense. Although, you know what? I know when I'm in too deep, I'm going to use the crystal really quick so I can just go back to the last goddess statue we were at and heal. Alright, so we're going to go through this door now. And we gotta go up here and do a tiny bit of platforming. Remember to watch out for the spikes. They'll kill you. Watch out for these stupid little things too. They're kind of annoying. I usually tend to not fight them because they're really annoying to deal with. But I figure, hey, may as well, just for now, just get that level up. And then that thing hit me. That's just great. Anyhow, we need to go through there in order to get to here. And provided you can avoid the spikes like I'm not doing, we run all the way to the end, and we'll be greeted by a way up. Up. This is cool, because now we got branching paths, and there's a couple different ways we can go. And first we're going to go this way, because it's easiest to come back from this way. Come on. There we go. Now I want to kill this thing really quick, because it'll make life a whole lot easier. Once we open this up, we're going to get an emerald, and that'll power up our wind element, as always. So, you know, that's good to do. But there's another thing we can do here, too, and we're going to go to the left instead of going down center. Because there's something important to the left, too. And it's not the dragons. It's not the fake dragons. I say fake dragons because the in-game bestiary kind of says that they're kind of like a mocking form of a dragon, and they're not really legitimate dragons. We acquired some Clario ore, and rather than wait, I'm going to go to Rico as soon as I can. And right after we talk about our concern for Claria, let's use some Claria to power up our weapon. Alright, thanks Rico, you do good work. See you around. So I'm gonna go back to the last goddess statue we touched. I'm gonna save, because these are the kinds of things I don't like to do over and over again. And finally, last way we can go, aside from left and right, is to go right down center. Now you want to be careful here. You don't want to just slide down all gung-ho, because we can just fall off these edges. Now I'm going to go all the way down, and I'm going to go all the way to the end as far as I can, because there is something rather kind of important in this little room here that we need. Gotta be careful, because these guys are going to notice us, and they're going to attack me, and they can actually knock us right out of the room, and we don't want that to happen. Because if they do knock us right out of the room, we have to come back in here, and they'll just respawn, and it's really annoying when that happens. Now, inside here, we have these Earth Dragon Claws, and the good thing about the Earth Dragon Claws is that the second we equip them, we'll be able to gain traction on slippery ground, as the item description says. The reason this is good is because now the icy sand doesn't really affect us as much. I say it doesn't affect us as much because there are slopey bits that will still kind of affect us. Now, if we want, we can go all the way up here, and we can go down a little slide again, but it doesn't do much for us. Oh well. I've been getting hit by these spinning spike rods more than I'm comfortable with. So we have a wand upgrade, we've done everything that there could possibly be left to do in this tier, except maybe, you know, fight the boss. And that's actually what's coming up next, is the boss. So, you know, if you were missing the boss fights, you're in luck. Let me just kill these guys really quick. Although there is no such thing as really quick, is there? Or maybe there is. Off we go. Here's another one of these guys we're gonna have to beat to be able to activate that statue. We don't do a whole lot to him. That's because he's a big, strong monster. That sand's not really moving. It's only got one layer above its texture where it moves, but the rest of it doesn't move. That's actually pretty clever. Look closely at that. That texture doesn't actually move. It just has another texture overlaid on top of it that moves for it. Makes it look like moving sand, but it's not really moving sand. I like to notice these little things. It's fun for me. I get a little when I learn more about game design. It's like, well, not really learn more about game design. It's more when I point these things out about game design, because, you know, game design is kind of cool. When you understand how a game works, it kind of makes the game a little bit more fun. At least to me, it does. Anyhow, without further ado, we're going to go right into this boss fight. Guns blazing, because it's not like anything else is going to really help us in this case. Now, I personally don't really like this boss so much. I think the boss fight is fun, but it's one of the bosses I have the most trouble with. Mostly because it heals itself while you fight it, and that wouldn't be such a problem if it didn't do it so well. So he throws a couple different kinds of projectiles at us, and that's, you know, already bad. But the good thing is, we can kind of shoot at them and nullify the projectiles. And the good thing is, too, we can shoot at its main body, and that will cause it to, you know, kind of get tired. When its eyes that we have to shoot are all gone, we can come up here, and we have to shoot at its real eye. Now, the thing about these eyes is that if we give them a long enough time, they will just kind of start healing the main body. And when I say healing the main body, I don't mean the main body that we shoot to get it tired and to stop throwing projectiles at us. I mean the main body as in the health we want to take out to actually defeat the boss. Yes, that's right. This thing will prolong the boss fight as long as it has to, and it wants to prolong this boss fight. The problem is, the longer we fight it, the longer we are sure to be defeated by it. And that's not really good. At least I am, because this guy I have the most trouble with, to be honest with you. And I have no reason to be dishonest with you. The best times to use boost, I would say, during this boss fight is when we're on the ground, and not when we're up here. Even though we do more damage up here, it kind of hits a threshold where it'll stop taking damage from us, and it will just start to do its thing again. It's a good thing that's the one I was going for, because that's the one that was about to heal him. Now luckily we can kind of rest on one of the eyes, and that will kind of keep it from pulling us in. The problem is it always wants to pull us in. And because we don't ever have any real solid footing while fighting this guy, it makes him even that much harder to fight. So those big sand waves will do damage to you no matter what. You can't shoot them, you can't really do much, unfortunately. One of the best things we can also do is use the mines to destroy these eyes like I've been doing. And if we're lucky, yeah, that should be it. We're good. One of the best things to do is use the mines on the eyes, because we can leave the mines there while we move around and avoid all the projectiles and sand waves. It's probably one of the best ways to do this as Hugo, I think. You could probably come up with some strategies of your own, but this is what I usually do. Luckily, it worked out pretty well this time. It usually doesn't work out that well for me. I usually have a lot of trouble with this boss. Here we go. Here's the stairs to the next tier. I actually really like the music in this tier, too. It's really good, I think. And we're going to save right here. And that's all we got for this time. This is clipsvh, as always, and I'll see you all next time.